Just got a spam call. I'm gonna have to put that sucker down on. It was an 800 number too. I'm gonna have to put that spam number down on what you call it on the spam number on my phone. Thank God you have phone block. I get like 10 calls a day, spam calls, troll calls, whatever you want to call it, bullshit calls. Sometimes I answer them and it's just silence. Hello, hello. So anyway, that ruined my video. These idiots who designed iPhone 10, they put the phone call above your video. So now I'm gonna have to go into iMovie and splice these two videos together, and that doesn't always work. Anyway, so what was I talking about? Hopefully I won't get another call. I I oh yeah, I was watching those videos and I'm just sitting there sleeping, trying to sleep, and then I'd maybe watch a video. But I did a pretty good job of just laying there, but it was really uncomfortable. Like because I'm like this, I'm on fire at night. I'm just like buzzing. Like it would be the perfect time for me to get out there and ride, but my mom won't let me. My mom forbid me, says it's too dangerous, and I think I agree with her. I want to become a diurnalist. So anyways, the alarm went off, and then Kirsten called me at 5, and I was like thinking to myself, "Fuck this! If if today is anything like yesterday, I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna go out, and I'm gonna feel like what the hell's wrong with me, and I'm gonna come home. So I need sleep, is what I need. So I slept, and I slept like a baby. Because when the sun's out, I sleep like a baby. I'm basically a vampire. I could sleep like a baby right now. I'm totally relaxed. I could fall right asleep and just. I'm not obviously I'm not going to do that. It'll increase the chances of me being like all night long. But so I yeah, I got up at like gained consciousness at like 11:30 or something. It's like noon now. So I called my mom and she's actually is cha-ching cha-ching willing to go to drop this stuff off. So I'm gonna go to her house and drop a bunch of stuff off at Goodwill, and I might refill her Tupperware with another helping of books, so that whenever she recharges her batteries, we can go and do the books. Yeah, she doesn't let me organize her own house. Like she has this weird mental block where she really wants to get rid of all of her stuff, but she won't let me do it. She has to do it herself. So, which means that we never do it. Um, so yeah, so I'm excited. Anyway, today, I think the other part of the problem with me physically, which is making me not able to train, apart from my there being no endorphins in my brain, and I'm not worried about it. I'll just give it a week, and I think the weed will kind of slowly filter out of my body, and I'll get myself back, and I'll be able to run without a ride, without feeling like absolute hell, and have to just go home because it's just torture with like all kinds of crap going on, like my acid in my throat. I don't know what the hell that was all about. I think maybe because I was tilted more forward than normal. I don't know, but yeah, I could just hang out here for a week and just sleep during the day and be on an electric jolt all night long for a week, and let until the weed kind of just simmers through, and then try to hit it again, ride my bike or do something or stretch and have enough physical strength and brain endorphins to keep me going. Basically, what I am, I'm depressed, physically depressed, not mentally, not emotionally. There's two different kinds of depression. The one kind of depression which I have is where your chemical imbalance and physical unhealthiness just drags you down. Then there's the other kind of depression where you're in a hopeless situation with power hungry people who want you to lick their assholes, and there's no personal choices, kind of like traditional society with the schools these days. Yeah, I don't have any of that. It's just the physical. So just wait for a day to or a week. But every day I'll get up at 5 and I'll try to see if I could move, but or stretch, because that was the thing yesterday. If I had been stretching, the last week, and I was actually limber, I would have felt good enough to finish that ride. Or if I could have done a road ride and go up and down a hill, and I could have done that. So I'm gonna call the bike shop, see if they're done with my bike. I was gonna fix my bike myself, the rear cable, but my rear derailleur shifter, I was missing a screw, this tiny little screw, so I didn't want to deal with trying to find that screw, so I just had the bike shop fix it. And yeah, so the next ride I'll do, it'll be like a mountain bike ride where I drive my van out and just ride up mountain bike trails, or a run or a road ride up in the mountains, but I'm not going to get on my time trial bike until I feel better. So basically that's what yesterday was all about. Worst case scenario, getting back in shape. Although I'm not surprised at all. Like, I was totally prepared for this when I started. So because I just been so long. It's been so long since I've been exercising or not been smoking weed. In order to build that website, I took it too far. So once my brain clears up, I'll be able to hit the website, and it'll be a lot easier to do surface level things. The writing, my website, 2 days in a row is over 100,000 page views over a 2-week period, and that was the first time I'd seen it over 100,000. And then it dipped down to 80,000. But I think the rules for AdThrive are if you're at 100,000 for a month, then you're good to go. So I think technically I could make money with my website now with AdThrive, but I don't want to. I don't want people to go to my website in the state that it is in now because I haven't explained anything really. So anyways, that motivates me to do surface level on my website, make it look good on the surface level with the explaining and the words and stuff, and links that work, and then apply to AdThrive, hopefully before the end of the year, before February, because that's when my 30% interest kicks in for this time trial bike I bought. And I'm going to owe like $8,000. I'm going to have 30% on $8,000, and I don't think that's sustainable. Like, I'll have to get a job. So unless the coronavirus goes away and my money goes back to how it was before, I'll probably be okay. But yeah, so I'm gonna, just in the nick of time, I'm gonna get my website looking okay and then get on AdThrive. The other thing I have to do though is I have to replace my photos collection with stock images, because Flickr might get jealous and take all my photos from Flickr, which would be a disaster, because that's really, I use that for my website, for the history on my website, all the castles and all the everything and this and the that I have on KMZ files, Google Earth files. I have them, but they're connected to my Flickr pictures, and so it's all integrated. And so if Flickr does what they say and delete my whole channel, then I'm fucked. It's gonna really suck. So I need to replace all the photos that I have, that, like, on my Power of 10 page, you can go on my website. Those are all images I just got off the internet, because I did that like 10 years ago before they were selling stock images. And so I have to replace those with the stock images, but stock images on Adobe is $250 a month. I know my mom says you can get stock images for free, but I can't do it that way, because I have to be able to choose whatever image I can get. You know, I need the highest selection possible. So I need to come up with that $250 a month before I can fix my Flickr. And there's another, but I don't even know if that's the reason that they threatened to take my videos, because what happened was I was working on my deep history timeline a couple months ago, and I was getting screen captures of YouTube videos of like glacier movements and stuff like that from CU, some division of University of Colorado, the biggest leech of taxpayer dollars you could possibly imagine, evil corporation. I lifted their images, screen captured off YouTube, and they don't have them for sale on whatchamacallit, Adobe stock probably. And so I emailed them, and I actually lifted photos from a few people's YouTube videos, and I emailed them, not emailed them, but I sent, comments on their YouTube videos. Oh, and I emailed CU, Department of whatever, Geological Survey. Nobody wrote me back. Nobody. The next day, 2 days later, is when Flickr sends me the email. You need to delete all of your photos that aren't yours immediately, or we're going to delete your entire channel. So then I send a complaint. I send a report. I go, hey, I asked those people for permission. Nobody answered me back. Those are screen captures. They're not even for sale. I mean, I know nobody answered me, so I guess they hate my guts, but they didn't say that I couldn't use them. And instead of sending me like an actual human to human, they send me the same exact form letter. Take all of your images off immediately, or we're going to delete your whole Flickr. So I didn't do that. And I check, and they didn't delete my Flickr, but I don't want them to delete my Flickr. I don't want to give them any reason. I think one reason people hate my guts is because I I haven't done enough surface level work on my website. Like, you go to my website, and I haven't thoroughly explained myself. And I know how people think because I went to college, and I graduated college, and I've had enough classes with other people and seen how people operate, that people are not nearly as prolific as I am. And the only people who are, they're not wide range prolific, like you get a Stephen King who writes 100 horror books, but you don't get somebody who does all the different things that I do. you know, um, Without finishing. I go like 50% into this, and then I'll go in 50% into this. And so if you look at my website, nothing's actually done. So I think it confuses the hell out of people. They look at it and they go, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? Like, how come nothing is done? And then they bounce before they actually see all the things that I actually did do. Because I look at my Flickr. I mean, I look at my ads. No, I don't look at that. Not Flickr or AdSense. I look at my Google Analytics, and the average time on my website's like a minute and a half, and it's like 3 pages. And just, it has 75% of the people who go to my website never go back again. So probably almost nobody on this planet, maybe like one person besides me, and it's not my fiance. She doesn't know anything about my website because it stresses her out. It's definitely not my mother. She's allergic to my website. So I could possibly be the only person in the world who actually knows what's on there, because you have to dig around a little bit. And so, people judge. They'll be like, oh, look, he's done a little bit of everything. Okay, I'm not going to look at anything. Because they don't even notice that. They go, oh, he's done a little bit of one thing, and he's 46 years old. Who does a little bit of one thing and claim to have a website? Fuck this guy. I fucking hate this guy. So that's why it's really important to polish the surface level of my website. Um, so anyway, how did I get digressed? Um, so anyway, yeah. So I have to. Those are the steps I need to take before February, so that I don't have to get a job. I don't have references for job. I don't even know if anybody would hire me for anything. The only way I could make money might very well be working for myself. I could get a job as working for myself washing windows, but that takes investment money. Not that much though. So, but that would destroy me though. That would break my heart, because I should be making money digitally by now. Of all the things that I've done, or at least after I get my website polished, I should be making money. So if I'm not making money even then, I'm gonna get stressed out. So anyways, that's why it's good for me now to quit. Plus, my roommate wants to buy the apartment right next to where I live, which means if he moves out, I'm gonna have to get a new roommate. But if I get a new roommate, I'm gonna have to take all the girly photos off my walls, and also I have like naked bodybuilder chicks all over my walls and stuff. And also I won't be able to get a roommate every month. They'll probably be short term, and so it'll put a big time financial stress on me. And plus, I have to be living like a normal life where I'm not in my house all the day if I'm even going to get a roommate. Nobody wants to live with somebody who's in their house all the time. So, yeah, I got to get the ball rolling with making my own money. I've never made a penny on my website. I used to make money on YouTube, but that hasn't happened for years. This was back in like 2011. I was making some money. 2012. I got up to 350 a month with Google, with YouTube. But then all those videos got deleted. I don't even want to go into that. Anyways, so that's enough talking. So today I'm going to go help my mom, and I'm basically just going to let time fix my body. I'm going to let time get the weed out of my body. I'll try to stretch today, but if I feel completely numb inside and dead and like physically depressed and sick and toxic and like I'm up on a barf and exhausted, then I'm just going to lay in bed and, of course, sleep until the night comes, and then that's when I wake up. So, and just be patient and let a week go by, and then I'll start worrying after a week. But I do feel better. I can tell I feel better today already. I might be physically strong enough to stretch today. I don't think I'll be physically strong enough to do anything other than stretching, but I will stretch. I think I might have the energy to stretch. Also, my diet hasn't been good. I haven't been eating like pretty much at all. And I need to force feed myself, I think, healthy food. Because when I do eat, I haven't been eating like well-rounded food, just like bread or whatever. So I need to get like super juice. I'm going to go in and get like Odwalla. I spent so much money this month, and I still have to pick up my bike. Hope that's not too much, but I took myself way into the gutter financially this month. So, but still, I think I'm gonna have to buy some fruit juice and just pump myself full of good food and wait a couple days, and hopefully I'll get the weed will go out. I was eating marijuana cookies before, and that helped contribute the weed into me. So I gotta just stop. Like I think I got to the point where I'm almost like allergic to weed. Like you get to that point. Like drunk people, they drink so much they can't drink anymore. Their noses puff up red and all that. Word around town says that because we've been eating wheat for so long, now we need to lay off the wheat because we're all allergic to it. And it's kind of like that. I think I'm allergic to weed. So I'm going to just cut that out and try to get my brain back and my body. If that'll give me enough motivation to get out there and exercise. But I am going to rig myself to get up at 5 every single day, no matter what. So that at least I give myself a chance. But I'm not going to get depressed if I don't get up at 5 like the other day and just refuse to do anything all day. So anyways, I talked for like 20 minutes. Alrighty, talk to you tomorrow. I'm going to go splice this video together. Hopefully it works.